Don't talk to the old lady. She's just the cleaner, the woman everyone ignored every morning at exactly 5:45 a.m. Before the city of Chicago truly woke up, an old woman named Evelyn Carter unlocked the side door of the Harrison and Blake corporate tower. She moved slowly, her knees aching, her back slightly bent with age. Her gray hair was always tied neatly into a low bun, and she wore the same faded blue cleaning uniform every day. The name badge pinned to her chest simply read, E. Carter, cleaning staff. No one ever looked twice at it. Evelyn had been working as a cleaner for nearly 7 years in that building. She mopped marble floors that reflected faces too busy to notice her. She wiped fingerprints off glass doors touched by hands wearing gold watches and diamond rings. Most people treated her like air. Some didn't even do that. Cleaner, they would say, snapping their fingers. Hey, you missed a spot. Can you move? You're in the way. Evelyn never replied with anger. She only smiled softly and said, I'm sorry. I'll fix it. No one knew that she didn't need this job. No one knew why she was really there. A son who forgot his roots on the 27th floor, in a glass-walled office overlooking Lake Michigan, worked Daniel Carter. He was a rising executive, young, ambitious, confident. He wore tailored suits and spoke with authority. People respected him. Some feared him. Very few knew that Evelyn Carter was his mother. Daniel rarely spoke about his past. He grew up poor. His father died when he was 12. His mother worked 3 jobs to keep food on the table, waitress by day, cleaner by night, caregiver on weekends. Evelyn sacrificed everything so Daniel could study. And now Daniel had everything. Except time for her. They hadn't spoken properly in 3 years. Not since Daniel married Vanessa. The daughter-in-law Vanessa Carter believed in appearances. She believed people were worth exactly what their titles said. CEO, respect, manager, politeness, cleaner, invisible. Vanessa worked in the same building as a senior HR consultant. She walked the halls like she owned them, heels clicking sharply, eyes judging everything and everyone. One morning, as she stepped into the elevator, Evelyn was inside, holding her mop bucket. Vanessa wrinkled her nose. Why are cleaners allowed in the executive elevator? She muttered loudly. Evelyn looked down, embarrassed. I'm sorry, she said quietly. I can take the service elevator. Yes, Vanessa replied coldly. You should. That day, something small cracked inside Evelyn's heart. The warning a week later, Evelyn was cleaning near the conference rooms on the 27th floor. She noticed Vanessa walking toward Daniel's office with 2 colleagues. Evelyn smiled gently and said, Good morning. Vanessa stopped abruptly. She turned, eyes sharp, voice low but poisonous. Don't talk to the old lady, she said to her colleagues, laughing. She's just the cleaner. The words echoed. Evelyn felt them like a slap. Daniel's office door was open. He heard it. He said nothing. Evelyn walked away, her hands trembling. That night, she sat alone in her small apartment and cried, not because she was insulted, but because her own son had heard, and stayed silent. Why Evelyn was really there. What no one knew was this: Evelyn Carter was not just a cleaner. Years ago, after Daniel became successful, Evelyn invested the little savings she had left. Quietly, carefully, one investment grew, then another. Eventually, Evelyn became a silent majority shareholder in the very company Daniel worked for, Harrison and Blake Holdings. Her name was hidden behind legal trusts and investment groups. She never told Daniel. She wanted to see what kind of man he had become without knowing who she was. She wanted to know if success had changed his heart. Now, she had her answer. The board meeting 2 months later, the company announced an emergency board meeting. Rumors spread like wildfire. Someone new bought shares. They're taking control. As the CEO being replaced. The entire executive team gathered in the largest conference hall. Daniel sat beside Vanessa, nervous but curious. Then the door opened. An elderly woman entered the room. Not in a cleaning uniform. She wore a simple but elegant gray suit. Her hair was neatly styled. Her posture was straight. The room fell silent. Whispers started. Who is that? Is she from the board? I've never seen her before. Vanessa frowned. That looks like the cleaner, she whispered, laughing. The woman walked to the head of the table. She placed her folder down calmly. My name, she said, her voice steady, is Evelyn Carter. Daniel's blood ran cold. I am the majority shareholder of Harrison and Blake Holdings. Silence. I am also, she continued, looking directly at Daniel, the mother of one of your executives. Daniel's face turned pale. Vanessa's smile disappeared. The truth exposed. Evelyn looked around the room. For 7 years, she said, I cleaned your floors. I heard how you speak when you think no one important is listening. Her eyes landed on Vanessa. I was called just a cleaner. Vanessa stood up abruptly. I didn't know. Evelyn raised her hand. You knew enough, she said gently. Then she turned to Daniel. And you, she said softly. You knew exactly who I was. Daniel stood, his voice shaking. Mom, I was ashamed. I didn't want people to know. Evelyn nodded. I know. That hurt more than anger ever could. Consequences that day, Evelyn made decisions that would change lives. Vanessa was removed from her position for workplace misconduct. Not out of revenge, but accountability. Daniel was demoted. Not fired. Demoted. Because, Evelyn said, leadership without humility is failure in disguise. She then announced her retirement from the company. My work here is done, she said. The final conversation later that evening, Daniel visited Evelyn's apartment. He knelt in front of her. I forgot who raised me, he cried. I forgot your sacrifices. Evelyn placed her hand on his head. I didn't clean floors because I was weak, she said. I cleaned them because I was strong. Daniel wept like a child. The lesson months later, a new policy was introduced in the company. Every executive had to spend 1 full day each year working as cleaning staff, security, or cafeteria workers. Respect became culture. And as for Evelyn, she finally stopped cleaning other people's messes and started living for herself. Please like me and subscribe my channel.